Welcome to Bench Racing, presented by CompetitionPlus.com. I'm Brandon Mudd. This episode of Bench Racing is brought to you by Strange Engineering, #RaceStrange. Anyone affiliated with drag racing knows Kenny Nowling and probably has a pretty strong opinion of the Missouri-based promoter. Nowling's creation, the ADRL, returns November 4th and 5th to Gateway Motorsports Park for Drag Stock 11. The event is intended to be his shakedown run for the 2017 season, and Nowling is looking forward to returning to his home track.
You know, it was really important. We needed to kind of knock the rust off a little bit, get reacclimated with doing these events and switching things up, going to 1,000 foot in all of our categories with the exception of our Outlaw Pro Mod category, and introducing alcohol, funny cars, and dragsters into the mix was a huge step for us. So we've got realistic expectations for this event November 4th and 5th, but we thought it would be great to reintroduce it, especially geographically. It's right here in our home market.
Much like his career in drag racing promotion, Nowling's beginnings in the sport broke the rules when his mother informed him at the age of 4 he was not allowed to go to the track with his father.
So when Mom went back inside, I snuck behind the seat of my dad's, I believe it was a 66 Chevy pickup. I just know that I crawled back behind the seat, and let's just put it this way, the impressions that the springs from that old Chevy truck seat made in my face paled in comparison to the ones my mom made in my butt when I got home that night, because you got to remember, 1976, there's no cell phones, there's no way. So the 2-hour ride from our home in Moscow Mills, Missouri, all the way to Peebly, Missouri, by the time we got there, and I finally got up the courage to get out, at least 2 hours had passed. And I'm like, man, it's now or never, so I mustered up the courage and popped that seat forward and jumped out. My dad's looking at me, well, within a few minutes of that, my mom had already called the racetrack. They were all coming down, she had called the sheriff, your kid's missing, and he's like, no, he's with me, so he goes up in the tower, calls my mom on the landline, and everything was fine.
The ADRL suffered a number of financial setbacks in its later years, but Nowling has assured his racers and sponsors that this time around, things are going to be different.
We saw unprecedented growth from 2006 to 2010, and thought we were making the right decision and selling it to Shea Khaled. We're giving lots of promises about investments and monies and things of that nature, and I'm not going to beat that dead horse up, but I walked away in 2011 because they were trying to change the whole structure of the business, and I just wasn't comfortable with the direction it was going. 2013, we get it back. We're hauling ass. Unfortunately, I took another bath financially from the same guy, and I take full responsibility for that. But I can promise you this, with Larry Jeffers and the people that we have behind us now, the ADRL is here to stay, and I'm so humbled to be able to be back doing what I love, because short of God and my family, I love drag racing more than anything in this world.
For more information on Drag Stock 11 at Gateway Motorsports Park, visit ADRLTour.com. Be sure to come back to Competition Plus next week and every week for another edition of Bench Racing, brought to you by Strange Engineering, #RaceStrange.